The tragical history of the life and death of Dr. Faustus, commonly referred as Dr. Faustus, an Elizabethan tragedy by Christopher Marlowe. We saw that Dr. Faustus' prologue concludes by stating that Faustus is seated in his study. Now we are going to move on to scene 1. Scene 1 starts with a long soliloquy. Soliloquy is a monologue addressed to oneself where character's inner thoughts is expressed to the audience. Faustus reflects on most rewarding type of scholarship. After reviewing his achievements as philosopher, physician, lawyer, and religious person, he chooses magic and decides that necromancy is the only world of profit, delight, power, and omnipotence. In his soliloquy, he quotes that these metaphysics of magicians and necromantic books are heavenly. Firstly, he considers logic, quoting the Greek philosopher Aristotle, but notes that disputing well seems to be the only goal of logic. Since Faustus' debating skills are already good, logic is not scholarly enough for him. Secondly, he considers medicine, quoting the Greek physician Galen, medicine is a most fruitful pursuit. Yet he has achieved a great renown as a skilled physician, where he has saved the whole city from the deadly disease, plague, and even that fame has not brought him satisfaction. Thirdly, he considers law, quoting the Byzantine Emperor Justinian, but dismisses law as too petty, dealing with trivial matters rather than larger ones. Lastly, he considers divinity, the study of religion and theology. He quotes from St. Jerome's Bible that all men sin and finds the Bible's assertion that the reward of sin is death, an unacceptable doctrine. He then dismisses religion and fixes his mind on magic and believes that when it is properly pursued will make him a mighty god. Dr. Faustus asks Wagner, his servant, to bring Waldus and Cornelius, his friends, to help him learn the art of magic. Meanwhile, a good angel and an evil angel visits Faustus. The good angel urges him to read scriptures and lay aside the damned book of magic. The evil angel encourages him to pursue black arts or necromancy. Faustus heeds the evil spirit, since he excels at the great powers that the magical arts will bring him. Faustus imagines of having them teaching him secret knowledge to make himself the king of all Germany. When Waldus and Cornelius appear in the scene, Faustus greets them, declaring that he has set aside all other forms of learning in favor of magic. Waldus and Cornelius agree to teach Faustus the principles of the dark arts and describe the wondrous powers that will be his if he remains committed to necromancy. Cornelius tells him that the miracles that magic will perform will make him owe to study nothing else. Waldus suggests some books that Faustus should read, and the two friends promise to help him become better at magic. Waldus also assures that if they work together, the whole world will soon be at their feet. Faustus invites them to dine with him and vows to conjure that very night. And the scene ends with this. Analysis of Scene 1. The first scene sets up the conflict between the limitation of human knowledge and the desire to go beyond their position in life. Faustus establishes a hierarchy of disciplines by showing which are nobler than others and envisions magic as the crowning discipline, even though by most standards it would be the least noble. Faustus rejects medieval scholarship as he sets aside each of the old authorities and resolves to pursue black magic. First scene is filled with ironies. For example, he refers to the book of necromancy are heavenly, but in reality they are satanic. Through selective quoting, Faustus rejects religion. He ignores to read the second part of the passage that says the gift of God is eternal life. Ambition to go beyond one's natural place in the hierarchy is considered a sin of pride. Biblical quotation refers to the concept of sin and death. Here, Faustus tries to escape from death by resorting to necromancy, but he fails to understand that he will die a spiritual death. Medieval plays often use allegorical abstractions. Appearance of good angel and the evil angel is a holdover from the earlier morality plays. Faustus uses religious imagery and language to apply to matters which will finally bring about his own damnation. He strongly believed that he will achieve all his goals, such as acquisition of knowledge, wealth, and political power, once he has mastered the dark arts. Thank you for your patient listening and enjoy literature.